overwhelm into manageable and practical tools for everyday use.
All right, guys, welcome back. Catch me reading.
Catch me reading. Catch me reading. That's my solo.
It's so good. It is so good. So we're back again, and we are going to share with you a book. Well, I'm going to share with you a book. Christina has not read this one because there is no audiobook version of this.
There's no audiobook.
It is called Ready, Set, Heal. It's actually by, full disclosure, it is by somebody we went to high school with. So we have known Lauren for a long, long time. Lauren Bahr is her name. And she is a physical therapist turned health coach. And she is the founder of a business called Simply Balanced Wellness. And she is a health coach for women, basically, at this point. She is going to come on and we are going to interview her. We're going to talk about her business. We're going to talk about hopefully some interesting things that will help you guys out.
I'm excited about that.
Yes.
That'll be fun.
Yeah, I think it will be too. So she's been all over the country too, for other, for professional reasons. She lives elsewhere now from us. And I can't wait to just see her because I haven't seen her in forever too. So anyhow, so here we go. So this is Ready, Set, Heal. You can get this on Amazon. I absolutely love this book. Look how skinny this book is. See how skinny that book is?
Is that your little hint, my little nudge?
You might be able to read it.
I might be able to read it.
You might be able to actually read the words on the page. But just saying. So a couple things about this book. Number one, I find it incredibly accessible to anyone at any point in your life. All of the keys, the tools, the lessons, the ideas, everything in it are things that you can pick up and start to use right away. I love how she has it organized. It's exactly what the title says. The whole first part of the book is called Ready, part 1, Ready. Learn basically the key lessons to unlock your healing potential, she says. So she went through a period of her life where she had a really bad health scare. Not scare, I guess scare is the wrong word, but she had a health crisis, she calls it. Where she really had to reevaluate a lot of what was going on. And so this book comes from her experiences. And then what are things she did, but also from her extensive education and training and how to apply those things. So it's really cool. So like I said, first part, Ready, learn the lessons about how to unlock your healing potential. Part 2 is Set, and it's the toolkit. It's basically goes through how you can nourish yourself with a variety of things.
Child alert.
Sorry, everybody, if you hear slamming doors and dog feet and stuff, that's my kid. So she talks about nourishing with food, water, sleep, movement, mindset, and joy. And I absolutely love it because each of those parts are broken down into very specific things that you can do, and how it applied, how she applied it, what happened that either with a client that she had or with herself. And then she talks about a variety of things that you can do within the context of your own life. So for example, if you're somebody who is already very active, when she talks about nourishing with movement, she explains how it's different than somebody who would nourish with movement that is sedentary. And so she kind of goes through this whole thing. Anyway, so that's part 2. And then part 3, she calls it the heal, part 3 heal. And that is writing your own personal prescription for healing, which I love.
Mm-hmm.
She walks you through, okay, in week 1, here's how you're going to do these things. These are the things you're going to do. And you know me, I absolutely love it when somebody gives me like fill in the blankies here. I didn't write in this book because I actually have a little notebook that when I read it and I did these little activities, I wrote in a notebook because it's been a while since I read this book. Cover to cover, I should say, because there is a couple parts that I have gone back to a number of times. So that's part 3 is healing, writing your own prescription. Similar to how when we had talked about burnout, a different book, she boils down every chapter, every section into the action steps, things that you can do today. Now, some of the action steps that she gives you are, like she'll give you 15 potential action steps or 13 or 10, and you can pick. I think it's really simple because it's like, okay, I really want to change how I eat, right? I want to change the food that I put into my body. How do I do it? Right.
Mm-hmm.
And you can go to this action step list and you can pick out, okay, clean out your fridge and pantry, get rid of your processed foods and artificial colors, high fructose corn syrup, long and cryptic ingredient lists. There's one thing. So you can say to yourself, okay, this week, that's my action item. I'm going to go through everything and get rid of all these things. Next week, I'm going to, eat vegetables at every meal. Oh, so she gives you they're so simple and they're action items that you don't have to do 13 different things this week. You can just pick one and just implement it. It's like so accessible, so simple. And in each section, in the set part, Lauren references a bunch of different things a bunch of different resources. So there's books, there's websites, there's organizations that could help you with various things. And then at the end of the book, like I think with almost every book, she goes through and kind of gives you a reference point for each of those things that she had mentioned in the book. There are 2 things that I absolutely love. One, she wrote a special. Now, I have to tell you this. I bought this book. I don't know. When did it get printed? This is copyright 2018. So we're in 2021. So I've had this book for a few years. She did rewrite or, adjust some things in it. So the book that I have is a couple years older than what you can get now, or there's some changes. But she wrote 2 special sections in the book that I have. One is a special section for moms, which love. And then the other is a special section about anxiety, which I thought was really interesting.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Talk about it.
Yeah.
A little bit.
So the special section on anxiety or for women?
A little bit. Yeah. A little bit about both.
Okay. So in both of the special sections, because Lauren does talk about how she is both. She is a mother and she has some experience with anxiety. She talks about her specific experience, what happened with her, and things that she used to overcome or to address the difficult moments with both of these things, with motherhood and with anxiety. So with anxiety, she calls them relief tools. So she talks about a breathing exercise that she uses, magnesium, a mineral that a lot of people are, I don't know, deficient in. She talks about barefoot yoga in her backyard, which, hello, I love it. She talks about getting back into nature, lightening the load on your plate, on your life. She talks a little bit about that. And then she talks about being highly sensitive, which I think is really interesting within the context of anxiety. So she does talk about being sensitive, worry, control, those types of things. So she does talk a little bit about that, which I thought was cool.
Yeah.
In the mother section, I thought was interesting. The one big thing that's bolded.
Yeah.
Mom guilt.
Ooh. Big one. Duh. Yeah.
Which I thought was so so poignant. And she does talk about her issues with control and perfectionism, and how it wreaks havoc on being a mother, because obviously your control is very limited, right? As a parent. Um, and she talks about getting parenting tools, kind of like how to address the guilt, but also how to deal with the day to day, like some of those types of things. And the most poignant part of that discussion about being a mom was she talked about mom's intuition, and how there's really no rule book for being a parent, that you have to just ultimately trust that you know what's best for you, and you know what's best for your kids, that you
Right.
have to make those choices and make those decisions. And you're right when it comes down to it. So those two sections I thought I needed to tell you about, because I thought that was very interesting. And then at the very tail end of the book, she does have all of the recommended resources that she, not only things that she had spoken about in the book, but also things that if you're interested in diving deeper into any one of those things that she had mentioned. And she gives a self-assessment that you can use as you are trying to work through. You kind of make your own personal prescription for improvement, like what you want to focus on, that kind of thing. And then she gives you a self-assessment, so that each week that you can kind of look back and reflect on how that week went, and what are things that you want to, refocus on. So super quick read, super easy read. I can't even begin to tell you how quickly I made it through this book, because it was just everything like spoke to me, in terms of my experiences and stuff too. So it was cool. Very, very, very good book. So if anybody is interested, again, it's called Ready, Set, Heal, a 6-week plan to reclaim your health and happiness.
I like all the worksheets and everything, and all the guides that she offers.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
And like I said, the action steps I think are really, really important, especially for like busy people, because we're all in that part of our lives where, or I mean, constantly, right, in this existence, that it's like a rat race. And I think about it all the time, like, oh, I really need to eat better. I need to do this, or I need to do that. Like, and I look back at this book and I think, okay, so how do I want to eat better? What are the things that I could do like today that make the, start making those changes?
Right.
And so it's interesting. It's a good one.
Yeah. I like that it's a quick read too. Not that,
not that you're reading anything.
Not that I'm reading anything, but audio books would be a benefit. But yeah, no, that's awesome.
It's less than 150 pages.
Well, that's good. Yeah. I can get through that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Definitely.
And let me tell you about the prescription, her personal prescription. As you work through the book, as you read through the book, you can kind of, like, I read through the book first, because she recommends read through cover to cover, and then go back and look at each part and try to create your own personal prescription. And she does talk about in each, like, as you work through the worksheet, like, why is good health important to you? What will be better health allow you to do? How will achieving your good health change your life? Knowing your why helps you persevere, right? So, and then she talks about visualizing success. What's that going to look like? Where are you going to be? What are you going to be doing? Like all that, visualization stuff. And then you walk through each step. So what is your goal for the first week for nourishing with food? What's an action step you're going to take this week for nourishing with sleep? That's a big one. So it was interesting. And you will be very happy to know that Nourish with Mindset begins with a gratitude practice.
I just want to tell you that I listened to Jimmy Fallon on Smart List.
Yeah.
I promise we'll get back to
No, it's
Lauren's
fine.
book, but
No.
he was on Smart List, and apparently he's got a show that's called That's My Jam.
Oh no.
Yeah. So
It made you
not
think of it.
not that not that I'm of the Jimmy Fallon caliber, or I will be tagged for saying gratitude, that's my jam.
But it is
But
your jam. Like, let's be honest.
it is my jam.
Yeah.
But he's got a show and it's based around music and songs and everything. They were talking about it, and I was cracking up at 6 o'clock in the morning on my way into work as I'm listening to this. Thinking about when I said that, and then you repeated on a couple episodes
Yeah.
saying
It is.
that's your jam. So yeah.
So here we are talking about gratitude yet again.
Yeah.
Your jam.
Gratitude is everywhere.
And it seems to be everyone's jam now all of a sudden. But this is one of the things that Lauren recommends is a gratitude practice. So I thought that was, her gratitude practice is much more, I mean, it's simplistic, just like, a journal and identify things you're grateful for kind of thing. Most of the mindset action steps are about visualization and,
Yeah.
identifying the things that are, good in your life,
Mm-hmm.
And she does one of the things she does recommend for mindset is to release perfectionism, which I think is also, I don't know. I just feel like everything I've read in the book, I'm like, oh, that makes sense. Oh yeah.
Mhm.
Oh my God. Yep. So
Perfectionism and control.
yeah. Yeah.
Yep.
How about it? So anyway, so it was a good book. Like I said, it was a quick read. I know there's not a whole lot. I don't want to tell you all about the book, tell you every word of the book that's here. I would like you to go get it yourselves and read it. But if you're interested, Ready, Set, Heal, by Lauren Bahr. That's it. And I would say I'm giving 5 stars to this one.
Nice.
She,
Nice.
like I said, I like things that are easy and quick and that give me very specific things, like in this busy world, like just give me a specific action step. Oh, I can flip to this page and I can pick off this list. Boom, let's do it. This week I'm going to focus on this, so that's what I liked about it the most. So
Very cool.
yeah. So
right.
That's it.
Another episode of Catch Me Reading.
Done and dusted, buddy. All right.
Done and dusted.
All right, guys. Well, it was fun, and we'll catch you again on the next exhale, I guess. Deuces.